So this is a really good question. I get the same channels as Bashar, pretty much. I get 2027 is open contact, which means that like we will absolutely be like speaking. We will have access to the technology by 2027, and it's again going to be in waves. So if you're a starseed, you get access first. It depends like how much work you've been doing. Like if you've been doing the work, you're gonna get access to technology, and you're also gonna have access in society to like roam about, essentially. Um, I've been told it's gonna be 10 years. It's gonna be 10-year healing timeline. So, but I have been told it's between 10 years for the average person. That's the average time it's gonna take the average person. It is gonna be 20 years for those who are like on the extremes, like Donald Trump and friends, who are really, 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 really deeply programmed, and are like refusing to do their work. So 20 years is the longest timeline it'll take for like the worst person to like get fixed, basically. Essentially is what I'm being told. 10 years is average. And then there's people like us who will not have to heal at all. I mean, like we're going to have to heal like a little bit, like in the sense of like we are going to heal like with the people around us and things like that, but we don't have to like go on the lockdown and stuff. We actually have jobs and purposes down here, and we're going to be working. So light workers and stuff, starseeds, that's why like a lot of us aren't working right now, because like we are literally getting prepared to work when the collapse and open contact occurs. Because like then it's gonna kind of switch. Like us light workers who have been like preparing, doing the work, rewiring, kind of taking a step back from society here for a second. We're gonna be having jobs and stuff, and then other people are gonna have to take a step back from society. And the thing is too is like it's all planned. Like they have this all designed, so it's not like, so what I've been told about this situation is it's not only so there's multiple dimensions, okay? Within Earth alone. And right now we're going from a fourth dimensional conscious awareness to a fifth dimensional conscious awareness. That's the we're going into the fifth dimension. And so there is a higher galactic council that's in the 12th dimension of Earth. That's what we call the Galactic Council. They're in the 12th dimension. In the 7th dimension, there is an even like smaller galactic. That's why I'm told the Galactic Council was actually formed. It was formed within the 7th dimension. And I've been told that the aliens that are coming down right now for open contact are us from the future, from the 7th dimension. And I've posted a bunch of stuff about how I found like red string theory, that all together. And because they have like a whole ascension period going on over in the 7th dimension right now as well, and like their future starts to collapse and they have to come back in time to help us, they realize, because there's been manipulation with their timelines with the deletes. So they have confirmed that there is time travel manipulation with the deletes, and there has been for, they're saying 100 years, as well as contact with alien governments. So what they told me is that they've kind of been tricking our government a little bit, which is funny because, I've been watching some of these interviews, and the guys, the whistleblowers are like, yeah, we're in contact with aliens, but we have no idea why. We don't know why they're in contact with us, but they've been clearly like trading technology. They've been giving technology and stuff to our government. And I'm being told now it was to seed all of our subconsciouses for ascension, and that they tricked our government. So we'll see if that's actually true. But I am starting to think it's true, because like all these like people, like, yeah, they do come out and they say like there's an alien hybridization program, or like they'll say like they are doing abductions, or they'll say we're working on anti-gravity reverse technology, like that kind of stuff. But like then we have all these seeded transmissions in society right now, which are like childhood movies and like stuff like that I think like our government totally missed. Like I think that's like what happened. Like they just totally missed it. Because I'm like, what the and like they think, because their Illuminati rituals, that if they tell us stuff like it, like that like it subverts or delays or gets rid of their karma, but really what it does is it just delays it. So So we'll see. Actually, I think that's gonna be so funny if the aliens from the future tricked our government right now to seed all of our subconscious for like 70 plus 100 years worth of fucking shit. We'll see, you guys. So that's actually new. That's a new piece that they told me today. So if you are a light worker, you will already be reaping the fruits of your labor within the next 2 years. And it's going to be, it's hard for us to conceptualize this again. Like, this is like really, my purpose right now as a psychic medium is to seed everybody's subconscious. I'm not here to convince people of this information. I'm not here to persuade anybody. I'm just simply here to seed into people's brains this information. And then that's why I repeat a lot of my same information as well, is because that's how our brains work. In order to cohere our frequency in our brains and our nervous systems, we have to repeat information over and over and over again. And so again, that's why my channels repeat a lot of the same information. That's why you hear a lot of channelers like kind of repeat the same stuff. Like, I do talk a lot about a lot of the stuff that Bashar talks about. Obviously I talk about stuff in a different way, but there's a lot of stuff that me and him get very similar. And same with Joe Dispenza. I get into quantum physics and things like that, heart brain coherence. Like, I don't use the same language as him, but it's kind of the same gist. You'll see a lot of psychics kind of get the same kind of information, and that's because we're seeding your brains with the information and the repetition. And that's how our brains, really adapt and adopt this information. And so this is why it's going to take like a year and a half here. It's going to take a year and a half of us repeating this information over and over again. And that's why people again are going to get really frustrated and be like, why can't the aliens just come now? And it's like, because we are restrained and restricted to these biological meat suits that are very, very sensitive. Very sensitive meat suits. I mean, we can, like, I don't know if you've seen the videos of the native indigenous man who was talking about how, like, there's literally flowers that could grow in, like, like freaking snow, but like we go outside in the snow and we die. Like shit like that. Like, if we could get frostbite and fucking die, or if like extreme heat, like we can't be in extreme heat. Like, our bodies are extremely sensitive, and so are our brains and our nervous systems, and they require a lot of repetition, the same information over and over and over again, to like a sickening degree where you're just like sick of it, because that's the best way that's just the way our body, that's how God designed it down here. I don't know why. It's something about, it's the way the brain works. And that's how they've done all this manipulation and got us into this pickle in the first place, is they just repeated a bunch of lies to all of us. And we've all just conformed to the lies that they've repeated to us. So now what we're doing is we're repeating truth to get, because the truth is a huge deal. It's scary. It's a big deal that there's other dimensions, and that we're not the only dimension that exists, and also that there's life outside of us. So those are like huge paradigm shifting, reality shifting ideas that can do damage to a human if it is not handled in a particular precise kind of way. And that is through repetition and repeating things over and over and over, and hearing this stuff and seeing it. That's why we're going to see the orbs. We're going to start seeing lots of ships. That's why we're going to see the ships before they even contact us, because I've been told up to 9 months we will just see the ship sit there, because that's how long it's going to take just for our brains and our nervous systems and our bodies and everybody to adjust just to the existence of them just sitting there, let alone having them then have information that's going to come off it, then let alone have technology that comes off it. So again, this is going to be like a whole, that's why it's going to take a while. That's why Bashar says 20 years. I say 10, but that's 10. When I say 10, I'm saying the average. When Bashar is saying 20, he's saying the absolute last person on this planet will take 20 years. That's what I'm being told, at least. And then there's us we're not even going to be included in that, because we will have to go to school just like everybody else, but we're going to be going to different types of classes, advanced concept classes, how they seed the planets, how they did this in the first place, the alien hybridization program, we're going to be in those kind of advanced classes and things like that. So this is what I'm being told about it. This is a really good question. A lot of people, have been asking this a lot. I see a lot of, impatience, which makes me really happy, because it's like, okay, at least people are excited for this. Impatience is a good sign, because it means that you guys believe this and you're ready for it and you're just ready to move on. But unfortunately, we have a little bit of time. So do what you can to kill time and survive, basically.